All right, hello everyone. This is Joe. I'm here with Gordon from Webfactory, and
Hi.
we're just going to be talking about Webfactory and the OptIn Ninja plugin for MadMimi. So first off, Gordon, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and Webfactory?
Hi. So my company called Webfactory specializes in making WordPress plugins and themes. Basically, if it's not WordPress, we don't touch it. We sell a lot of stuff on various marketplaces like Code Canyon, Team Forest, and Mojo, but we also do a lot of white label stuff for clients. Plugins range from something simple like a widget to a complex newsletter plugins such as the OptIn Ninja. And themes, of course, basically whatever the client wants, we can deliver. We also do WordPress installs and optimizations, and if you get hacked, we can help you with that. So basically, if it involves WordPress, we're in it. And that's it.
Cool. So yeah, I'd looked into it a little bit earlier and was interested. What about WordPress really just draws you more than anything else, and making the company basically focus entirely on that?
Yeah, when I made that decision, I was a bit scared because every time you specialize in a market or a niche, you think that you're ditching other, you know, other aspects of your business or other clients. But as it turns out, the number of WordPress users is exponentially growing, and the number of installations. So specializing in WordPress, you're not actually specializing in anything because there are people that make only themes or make only plugins or only do support or only do installations. So we're not that specialized. And the reason why I chose WordPress is because at some point I decided to stop programming from the bottom up and started like implementing things. Because when a client asks for a custom CMS, basically you're always doing the same thing from the ground up, and you're always repeating yourself, and never actually advancing because you're always doing the same thing. Everybody needs, a couple of users. Give me something that I can publish a few texts, move a few images left and right. It's the same thing over and over. With WordPress, you have, that foundation set up in a really good way by hundreds of people that have been working on WordPress for, I don't know, a couple of million hours, maybe. It's
Yeah.
been years now. So the foundation is really strong, and the community is great. Quote unquote, everything is free. Okay, obviously it's not free because we are selling things. But for instance, the OptIn Ninja, that costs some money, you can actually get something similar for $0. Again, if you don't need support, $0. If you want support, pay us $20, $30. So there's always an alternative that's based on a huge volume of people that do WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like it, and I chose it because of the community. There's always somebody willing to help, somebody to, step in and give you a hand. And whatever you Google, I guarantee you're not the first person to have that problem or issue or a question. Somebody else already asked it, and somebody else answered it. So, that's great for me because it's really hard to be stuck on something and be the first one who saw a certain problem. That's why everybody's, here to help you. And I think that the way that the platform is evolving, it's positive, it's good, it's a direction that I approve, let's say
Cool.
that way. Although nobody's asking me anything, but I really like the way it's going, and I like the fact that it's still, growing
Mm-hmm.
as a platform and as something, judging it by the number of sheer users. It's gonna stale at some point, I'm sure of it, but I don't see it happening in the next, I don't know, year or two or three.
That's cool. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. I know that a lot of users and a lot of Mad Meme users actually will have their blogs on WordPress. So I know it's a very popular thing, but I didn't know it was kind of this hub for development. Would you be able to like elaborate at all, kind of for people that aren't familiar with the developing world, what kind of advantages you had briefly gotten to it, where you said that already some code has been established within WordPress, but from a developer perspective.
Yeah, I would just like to point out there's this number going around. I mean, it's true, but I'll still say it's going around. 20% of the web is powered by WordPress.
Wow.
So 1 in 5 sites, that's huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
didn't know
not
that.
going
Holy crap.
into the validity of that number. I'm not saying it's 20% or it's 15 or 25, but let's say it's 5%. That's already huge.
Yeah.
Now, for the people that are thinking of running a site on WordPress or learning it or whatever, I would say do it for the following reasons. You get an out-of-the-box, well-tested, well-thought-of piece of software. You can run a blog, obviously. You can run a personal website. You can run a small shop, like 5 products. You can run a huge e-commerce site with like, I don't know, 10,000 products. Everything's already been done. Basically, whatever you have in your mind, somebody else already did it. There's a free theme for you that you can like install, next, you're done, you have a website. There's a commercial theme for you, I'm sure of it, that you can pay, let's say, $50. Somebody else will install it for you and help you out. If you need some additional functionality, I guarantee there's a plugin for that. Again, it can be free, it can be commercial, but whatever kind of money you pay for a theme or a plugin, it's merely a fraction of money that you would give for a custom build. For instance, if somebody builds a custom website for you, or let's say a custom e-commerce solution, and PayPal gets updated in 2 months, you got to call that person up and say, look, PayPal has updated their API, or they did this, can you please update my site? And the guy says, I'm on vacation. Or he says, okay, we can do it, it's, I don't know, 10 hours of custom work. Let's say that's, I don't know, times $70, that's $700. If you're running WordPress, you have plenty of other options without paying somebody. First of all, the plugin that you're using is most probably used by, I don't know, 10,000 people. So it's going to get updated much quicker than your personal website would be because you're relying on one single person. What's even more important, since you have 10,000 people using it, if there's a bug or an issue or something missing, somebody's going to see it, most probably before you. And again, it's going to get fixed before even you saw the problem. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at safety in numbers. Mm-hmm. You're no longer alone. You're not running a proprietary piece of software.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against that. If you're, I don't know, IBM, you're going to get some proprietary piece of software. But if you're running, I don't know, a 5-page site for your bakery, I'm really sorry, but it's a 5-page website. You have 10 images and a contact form. Mm-hmm. And that's something that you can set up with WordPress,
right.
I don't know, with 2 hours, maybe 3 hours if you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know what you're doing, I think you can do it in 2 days. Of course, you've got to have some free time on your hands and the will to learn something new. But again, the community is really great. You can ask them anything and somebody will reply, and if you're polite and say thank you, they will reply again. Mm-hmm. And we're talking $0.
Yeah, like a really good community, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So in terms of Webfactory, just as a company, how new is it? How is it kind of establishing it in the WordPress community? Was it pretty easy? Kind of the story basically behind Webfactory.
Well, we started out about 6 years ago, and we did WordPress, here and there. It wasn't really something that we focused on, but actually once Code Canyon started growing, it's a marketplace run by Envato, we started publishing plugins on it and selling them for very cheap, like $8, $9. And after selling a few hundred and then a few thousand, I actually saw a completely new business model in it. Because we were no longer putting all our eggs in one basket, with one client or 5 clients or 10. Just suddenly we had 5,000 clients. So even if one got mad, nothing really happened.
Yeah.
You're not losing any money. And the thing is, if you're doing like custom code, there's a finite amount of time that you can put in one day. Even if you have 50 employees, again, it's 50 times 8 hours a day. So there's a hard limit in how much you can do. When you're selling plugins on a marketplace, nothing's stopping you from selling, I don't know, 1,000 copies a day. If it's good, if people use it, if the price is good, you can sell 1,000 copies a day. And there's no additional cost for you. Once you make it, if you sell 1 or 1,000, it's the same thing. You just make more money. Of course, there's support and there's some overhead, but it's not linear. So if we sell 1,000, we're not going to have 1,000 more support tickets. It doesn't work like that. So after a while, I started seeing a positive trend and started being more involved in the community. We made some free plugins, like the Google Maps widget. We made some, well, I don't know what to call them, sites related to WordPress that help the community in some little way.
Okay.
We started hanging out on the forums, helping people out, how to do this, how to do that, and visiting some actually physical hangouts all over the world, like London and New York and locations like that. So, but basically the community is so open and so, accepting of everybody that does anything good with WordPress that it really went so smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, the transition from doing custom PHP work to doing only WordPress was much smoother than I ever thought you can actually change your business model or, the complete focus of what you're doing.
Yeah, so it sounds kind of like a responsive community then. So it seems maybe more people, obviously, just than Webfactory, are jumping on the WordPress train you've kind of experienced. You said like you were going to London,
Yeah.
a lot of people involved.
Yeah, wherever we went, there was like a huge number of people that were involved in some way. And when I say some way, it's really a diverse thing to say, okay, we do plugins and themes. And somebody would say, okay, that's it. But no, you actually have people making tutorials and help videos for WordPress. And they do only that. So the entire day, the man sits down and he's writing scripts and he's narrating them and making, screencasts. And then he sells those videos to the WordPress users so they can learn more quicker. So that's really a niche. That's really, you're specializing in something seemingly very small, but again, it's not small because you have millions of users that need those videos. They need to learn something in 5 minutes, not 5 hours, so they're willing to give you, I don't know, $10 to learn something quicker.
Cool.
So really, a lot of people involved and a lot of people making money on WordPress.
Yeah,
and a lot of people benefiting from it, on a, I don't know, let's call it a fundamental level. Basically, really, you have a bakery and you want a 5-page website and you want it for free. Okay, nothing's free, but gotta purchase the domain, the hosting, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to WordPress, you're not giving somebody a few $1,000s to custom build or custom design.
Right.
you can actually find a free theme and have it up and running in a few days.
Right, and it sounds like with the number of people working on it, you can really get so much customization that it won't just feel like another WordPress site, even if you're
No,
just one. Just
people have this, I don't know, pessimism, or they're scared that, oh my God, somebody's going to see my website and going to say it's WordPress.
right.
No, that's really, there's no limit in the design. You can have round windows for your design. You can have them in triangles.
Yeah.
It's not going to say WordPress, big like this. On the other hand, if you have a footer or a header and it says powered by WordPress, well, I don't see no shame in that.
Mm-hmm.
People think because it's free, it's bad. Okay, free is not optimum for everybody. Paid is not optimum for everybody or everything. But again, if you have a bakery and the site is run by WordPress, I would be proud of that. It means that I was, wise enough to ask somebody, what platform should I use? How should I save $100 here?
Yep.
And they gave me something good. And again, I can guarantee you that parts of New York Times are run on WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wow.
apparently it works.
Yeah.
And they're not ashamed of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. So, if it's all right, I think what would be pretty cool would be to just talk first a little bit about OptIn Ninja. If everyone's not aware of that, that's a Mad Mimi plugin that you can use. It's got some web form functionality, I believe some API functionality, and it's just a general good tool, and it integrates fully with Mad Mimi. So why don't you introduce OptIn Ninja and maybe even walk us through it a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So OptIn Ninja is a plugin for WordPress developed by Webfactory, and it enables you to basically connect your WordPress site and your Mad Mimi account and to collect leads in a very, very simple manner via a, let's say, squeeze page or an opt-in page, or call it whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share my screen for a sec.
Sounds good.
See. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So this is a little, demo and get to know it site for OptIn Ninja. So I'm going to show you the few things that you can actually do. So here's besides Mad Mimi, you can use a local autoresponder, but I don't see a use for it. If you can use a quality third-party service. So if I click here, so this is something like a standard squeeze page. Now, if you're coding this by hand, it takes hours. If you're using OptIn Ninja, it takes, I don't know, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. Basically, once you have the background image, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the OptIn Ninja works, it's a two-step opt-in. So on the first step, you're engaging your users, you're telling them they should buy something. Once you have them hooked, you're going to the second step where they can fill their name and their email,
Mm-hmm.
and you get them on your list, and after that you know what to do. So this is the basic functionality that you see from the outside. On the inside, there's actually a lot more. I think that, yeah, what you can see on this screenshot, you have built-in detailed analytics. So the number of people that opened the opt-in page, number of people that converted on the second screen, and the number of people that converted that actually gave you your name, that subscribe. So, standard statistics. You also have the A/B testing. So if you're wondering, should I use this title or that title, it's not a problem. You can have both titles. So certain amount of people is going to see title A, certain amount of people see title B, and then you see which title got more subscribers, so obviously that one's better. Mm-hmm. It has, full support for any kind of content you want to put in, videos, YouTube, Vimeo, anything you need. It's mobile friendly. Gotta have that these days. And it enables you, if you don't like the squeeze page approach, the one that I show you that actually opens up in a custom URL, you can also use the pop-up version, where you have it on the same page that the user was already on, and again, it's the same functionality.
Yeah.
So wherever you want, you can click the option in the admin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as with all our plugins, it's fully documented, and you get premium support, which a lot of people need. Now, it's fully integrated with MadMimi, so it means that the only thing that you basically have to do is enable the API in your MadMimi account, copy-paste the key in OptIn Ninja, and you're ready to go. We already have the list of your, actually the list of your lists,
Okay.
and you select on which list you want the users to subscribe. Next, next, next. You're done. It works with all WordPress themes and plugins, so it's completely separate from anything else that you're running. If you're running an e-commerce site, this is going to work. It's not a problem. If you're running some kind of marketing site, again, not a problem. This is a standalone solution for WordPress. It doesn't rely on any other plugins. You can run it. The A/B tests are really something that's useful for people, because when you're writing copy for your article, you always have a couple of ideas and you never know which one works best.
Mm-hmm.
So, give all 3 or 4 or 5 a try and you see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I can, give me just a sec, open it up in the backend. Let's see if I know the password. Okay, apparently not.
And in the meantime, I can mention the API he mentioned for setting this up. That's one of the add-ons for users that are unfamiliar with the API. It just is used for more advanced kind of marketing tools and settings that you can use to integrate with MadMimi, and obviously it works just with connecting it to OptIn Ninja, and then you're able to get a lot of automated really cool stuff for managing your contact lists, reaching out to them on a regular basis, and then doing these sort of A/B testing type things as well. And so that's in the Add Things page. I might as well just mention that for anyone who's interested.
Yeah, when you're using the API, you're not going to have to touch any piece of code. So you're not copy-pasting any forms, you're not copy-pasting any HTML, CSS, or PHP. What you do for the first time, let me show you. So settings, and you go to MadMimi, and the only thing you enter is, okay, I'm going to have to change my API now. But okay, you enter the API, you enter your username, and it says valid API key, and you're done.
Okay.
And after that, you go, let's say it says simple pop-up. Now, I have my pop-up name for my reference, the custom URL, if I want it. I can do an A/B test. I can integrate with my Google Analytics tracking code. So if you want to do some like really custom or advanced segmentations of your visitors, you can do it in Google Analytics. You can even track certain custom events. There's this little, I really don't like this, but marketers tell me it's important. You can prevent users from leaving the opt-in page to a certain degree. Tell them you're not subscribed, please stay. Again, I don't like it, but to ever it's shown.
Yeah.
You can add some custom code if you want. Now, custom background, so you can do a slider. So this is the first content box. Any text goes, any video goes, anything goes. So everything is here. It's just like editing a Word document. It's really simple.
Hmm.
Have additional settings for, well, almost anything from, border radius to a couple of hundred fonts to font size to colors, of course. The preset things are fine for most people. I mean, if you're scared that we're giving you 60 or something options, don't be. The preset options are really good. If you don't want to touch anything, you don't need to. If you wanna, you can. This is the second content box. Again, anything goes and the settings for it. The welcome email is sent by MadMimi, but if for some reason you want to send it from your WordPress installation, you can also send the actual welcome email yourself. And you can collect the email, you can collect name and email, and in the next version, we're actually going to have custom fields so that you can collect, I don't know, name, email, phone number, and address. Okay? And if you're using MadMimi, you can actually choose the list that the people are going to be saved to, and after they subscribe, you can even either give them a little alert, thank you very much, we're not going to spam you, or you can redirect them to another URL.
Cool.
So basically, regardless of if you're already using WordPress and you have a site that you want to add the squeeze or opt-in page functionality, or you need the opt-in functionality and you don't have the site, this is one of the ways to go. So you can install WordPress and actually have the whole WordPress be just one opt-in page. And that's it. You don't need a theme or anything. You set it, actually here's an option, and it says putting just the / will make the opt-in page to appear on the site's homepage. And that's it. Your whole site is one opt-in page. People come, they subscribe, thank you very much, you got their email. Or if you already have a site, you can use the pop-up option and just make a link saying, please click here to subscribe, to see our special deal, or something similar to that.
Very cool.
Yeah, and basically that's it. I can show you, let me see, okay, the statistics. Let's see, we select A/B test. And now they're doing like 50-50. As you can see, there's no test that's performing much better than the other one. It says sample opt-in number 2, 78 conversions, and sample opt-in number 1, 70 conversions. So they're, neck to neck. And we can also choose, I don't know, some opt-in page, and then you can see, so on this day, we had 278 unique page views that produced 155 second boxed views, and from that we have 16 conversions. So, not great, but it's something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But you can see the spikes in the traffic and everything built in. Again, if you're not satisfied with this, if you want some segmentations, I don't know, see how many people from Florida clicked, you can integrate with Google Analytics and let Google do its thing.
Cool. Yeah, no, it seems very handy. And a lot of that stuff, obviously those new signups go directly into your MadMedia audience page, so you can begin crafting emails for that audience as well.
Yeah. So. And have everything in one place.
Very cool. Well, if you don't mind, I'd just like to ask you a few more questions then about just basically someone would want to set up this kind of thing. Would you have any kind of recommendations for someone that's just starting out, has a business, they're getting kind of used to WordPress, they have their own site, they're wondering if they want to set up something like this OptIn Ninja page, if that's not too big for them or something similar? Just any thoughts for someone kind of just starting out?
Well, first of all, Okay, so let's say that you have WordPress installed and you're using MedMimi and you want to build your subscribers list.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is, you can go to WordPress.org and see what kind of free plugins you have there. There are a couple, and see what you can do with them. Installing a plugin in WordPress, it's really, plugins, add new, and click next.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to break, nothing's going to happen. Try it out. Enter your Mimi API key and see what you can do.
Cool.
If the free plugins are lacking some functionality, you can always go the premium way. OptIn Ninja can be purchased on Code Canyon or just Googling OptIn Ninja WordPress. And as any premium product, you get a bit more. Basically, we have a couple of videos that can show you how to move things around. There's obviously premium support. We can help you set things up. We can help you, if you have any problems. There's also support for free plugins, but it's not mandatory. You're not giving people any money, so if they respond in 10 days, you can't be mad. I mean, they have their regular jobs and they really can't support it. But if you go the premium route, OptIn Ninja or any other plugin, you will get support and you will get things done much quicker. Now, if you do know a few things about WordPress, I guarantee you can have things set up in half an hour. And in half an hour, I really mean have the end product and have people signing up.
Okay.
That's
so you've
quick as it's
basically
quick.
You've encountered situations where there are people that have signed up, and immediately they're getting people. Obviously, not just coming from absolutely nowhere, but with a site that has these new tools on them, you are definitely seeing that kind of increase in reader engagement and subscription and all that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, if you have any kind of graphics for your product, I don't know, let me see if I have something here. Okay, let's say that you're renting your home or something like that.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to have some images,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps a video. It can't take you more than 5 minutes to produce something like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically, just load your images as the background slider. You put the video here. You say this is the best house in, I don't know, New Jersey. You put the price, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another little sexy image, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
You're just drag and dropping. You're not coding anything. This is a 10-minute job. On the other hand, if you want to develop something your own or create something custom, it's not going to be a 5-minute job. And in the end, I think the conversion rate is, it's the same or sometimes even better for products like this, because we thought of a lot of things, in advance. For instance, don't worry, we hate spam as much as you do.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the little things, and with OptIn Ninja, there's already hundreds of people using it. It had bugs, but we squashed them. If new bugs come around, again, we will fix them, most probably prior than even you realizing the bug exists.
Mm-hmm.
So safety in numbers, again, something that we strive for.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it makes kind of this community, basically, and especially for people of all skill levels, that not only is there a large audience for it, but there is a large amount of people developing things for it. And whenever there's that, there's always going to be a lot of support within the site and without forums, articles online. So it's just a very good format, basically, it sounds like, to...
Yeah, and definitely, let me emphasize this. To create an opt-in page such as this one,
mm-hmm.
You don't need to know any HTML, jQuery, PHP. You're not going to look at any code. Everything's in your WordPress admin. And where am I? So you basically just click away.
Mm-hmm.
The page that we were just looking for, I think it's the, oh, okay, your paradise awaits. So the background has the images, in a slider. You just list the images here, or add another slide if needed, or set the interval, set the animation. You're not looking at any code.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing here with the video and the text, again, not looking at any code. So it might look complex, but if you use PowerPoint, I think you can manage with this.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, normally this is where we're opening it up to questions. So if there's any questions, you can put them into the Q&A box on the side of the screen. And let us know if you have any questions for Gordan here or on the plugin in general. And yeah, in the meantime, it's been very interesting. I had known a little bit about WordPress just from some of the sites, but had really not known that it was just this format basically that not only are people from all over, just a bunch of different backgrounds are using it to promote their business, but also a lot of people that are deep in the actual programming side are very attracted to. So that's, for me, that would be very confidence boosting. I would know that it's something that has some sort of appeal to the people that work the most with it, basically.
Yeah, and it's not just a blogging tool or a tool for mini sites or e-commerce or anything big. It's basically mostly whatever you need it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I emphasize, it's most probably true that anything you think of, somebody else already thought of it and made a plugin.
Yeah.
And it's most probably free. So you can at least test your idea before you invest some money in it. Mm-hmm. So go to WordPress.org, you have the list of plugins, list of themes, just search away and click install.
Yeah. So basically not only very risk-free, but also seems to have a pretty good return on investment anyway. So yeah,
especially in the beginning when you can go for $0.
Yeah, exactly.
Later on, if you have 10 million visits a day, well, obviously you need some professional help, but that's like sweet misery.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, I think that's actually going to be it for today. So thank you very much, Gordan. It was a lot of fun talking to you and getting to know about...
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So you can always, you can look for just webfactory.com, or what would be the best place?
It's webfactoryltd.com, but I don't know, if you want to check out the OptIn Ninja, just Google OptIn Ninja, you're going to find it, or go that way.
Sounds good.
Or you can check out our profile on Code Canyon. Give me just a sec. I don't know. Can we paste a link here in the...
Yeah, I think we can. We're going to be sending out a follow-up email, and we'll definitely be sending that out with it. So.
Okay, let me, I'll paste the link here where the comments chat. So here's the list of our premium plugins. Mm-hmm. And you can find the list of premium themes as well, and OptIn Ninja is there. You can check out the demos, screenshots, ask any pre-purchase questions if you have them, or contact our support. Everything's there.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Gordan, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.